Ba, 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 ba.
And that's how we start this whole shtick, huh?
Yeah, man.
So
That's our intro. Copyrighted me. Copyright me 2022.
did anyone have a
I
good
think-
time watching
I
Fantastic Four?
I mean,
You would have
yes,
a
but it
good time
wasn't
watching
Fantastic
Fantastic
Four's
Four.
fault. It wasn't anything to do with Fantastic
almost-
Four.
It was in
Not
spite
at
But I
all.
had a
Four.
fun time.
Yeah, in spite of
Okay, I
Fantastic
will
Four, we had a
say
good time.
there was some peak comedy in Fantastic Four. The thing is that I
But
don't
not
know
on
that they did
purpose.
that on purpose.
Was it actual peak comedy or just our kind of peak comedy?
The fucking wall of N64s powering this kid's garage fucking like hadron collider level fucking science experiment. Yeah.
That's true.
That was peak comedy.
So the thing about Fantastic Four, was that like nothing really happened in the movie, right? Like
Not a
Yeah.
single thing happened in the
It's
movie.
so-
Not even in the last 20 minutes where things were happening. Nothing happened in the movie.
it was also strange
was,
that
like,
there
one
weren't any characters in the film.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it was
There
an hour
could
and a
have been
half.
if Ben had
Bodies,
any screen
not a lot of
time.
Yeah, Ben
characters.
was almost a character, and then they were like, "Yeah, this whole
And then they were like-
whole middle hour, he's not in that."
None
They
of
were like,
it.
hey, 50% of the team that built this thing that we're so impressed with and want to exploit these, and want to exploit, let's just cut him out of the whole deal.
Yeah,
Not
He's
a-
got nothing to add right now.
yeah.
I guess
It
there
was an-
was like maybe the film was making a commentary on like nepotism, because it was the like director's son who got the position instead of Ben, who actually built the thing.
No, I don't think that. Okay, I don't think that
That's
the
a
film made
generous
any
reading.
commentary at all.
I think I was being very
Yeah.
generous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Extremely generous.
If it had been, if like Ben had shown up and been like, "Hey man, I haven't heard from you in months. You're working on this project that my name is on, and this other guy who's also
no.
related to the dude who hired us is here," then it would be saying something.
Yeah, I was
Right,
just
that would be
point it out a
character
little.
development.
I was
we're not
being
allowed to do that.
very
It's just like
generous.
this guy has a higher IQ according to one line.
We're not allowed to do the character development though, Ben.
Yeah.
That's not allowed.
There
And
was
can't have-
character
can't have that.
development.
Boy, they did not do any character development.
No.
None at all.
Well, the thing
None
is
at
that
all.
like you have to like set up what the characters are to be able to develop them,
Right,
and they
right,
didn't
you
make
do
it
have to have
there.
characters.
Like they
You have to have
Okay,
characters.
I
they
mean,
tripped
they
over
all-
Sorry.
like not they did. I want to say they tripped over the first hurdle, but they tripped over the starting line. They didn't make it
There
to
was
the first hurdle.
yeah, there was 2 hours of movie that was trying
that
to
movie
introduce
2
the
hours?
No,
characters.
it was an hour and a
Listen.
half. It felt
Okay,
like 2 hours.
An hour and a half.
God
An hour and a
damn.
half of movie
Every-
that was introducing characters and it didn't even finish.
We may as well have watched a movie called The Great Marathon. There was an hour and a half of one man trying to tie his shoe, and then when he ties the right shoe, he puts on the left one and the credits roll.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
hey,
a
to
really
be
good
fair,
analogy.
To be
Yeah.
fair, each of the characters did have at least one trait.
Yeah, the superpowers.
Yes.
It's kind
Yeah.
of not to put those in.
Well, no.
No, like-
Wait, what
Like,
was their
okay,
trait?
So,
What
so
was their
okay,
trait?
all right, here we go. All right.
Susan was a
Reed?
woman.
No. Susan
One of 6.
was
Oh,
a
Susan was a snitch. Yeah.
Susan was a
That's
fucking
right. That's right.
snitch.
She was a bitch.
Okay,
Oh, fuck.
Reed, nerd. Okay.
Yeah.
Was he a nerd
Victor?
though, or was he just smart generically?
Okay, fine. Reed, generic smart. Victor, nerd with a complex. Johnny, had a complex.
Angry. Yeah.
Likes cars?
Ben had a complex. That came out in-
I know that we haven't watched
Like-
this film yet in the tournament here, but it's insane to me that they spent an hour and a half not accomplishing what was done in the first 20 minutes of the 2005 Fantastic
Yeah.
Four movie.
Yeah.
And like I don't
Well,
think
that's
that's
what
like
he said.
high cinema. Like I just,
Yeah,
Done in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
They should have their
I,
powers in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So
I
we
would
could
also
they
like
fight
to
somebody.
posit that every character except for Reed has the shared character trait of daddy issues.
Are we
no,
sure
no,
that
no,
Reed
no.
doesn't
Ben
also
had
We
have
never
mommy
met
issues.
Ben's dad. Yeah.
That's true. Okay, but the fact that we never met Ben's dad means Ben had daddy issues.
I mean, well, yes, that, and also he had big brother issues, and it kind of seemed like
That's
in
the
a
same as
family
daddy
dynamic.
issues.
Father
Yeah.
figure issues, yeah.
Yeah, that's big time the same as daddy issues.
It's
Yeah.
I do like that his big brother, when he got home,
Two
said,
of them did have
have
the
you
same
seen
dad.
that fridge
Clobbering.
pile?
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you seen that fridge pile? And it's like,
What a fucking
Well, they live in
life
a
those
junkyard.
kids must have led.
they live in a junkyard, but like
There was a pile of fridges.
the task when this elementary schooler gets home is
Yeah.
to do something with a fridge pile.
Clean up
Yeah.
a pile of fridges.
Yeah.
What is
Salvage
the
it for
child-
like
I mean,
aluminum and
maybe
stuff,
I-
maybe?
I
I
guess,
briefly
but what's
lived
like
in a
his
in a
small hands
junkyard.
are not gonna do a huge amount. At like the sun's already gone down. He's an elementary schooler.
Yeah.
Do they not have
He has
employees?
5th grade noon alarms.
I briefly lived in a junkyard, and I can tell you guys that not once did anybody ever task me with dealing with a fridge pile.
Also, like,
I'm glad.
do you think somehow all the fridges showed up at once, or did they let them
Yes.
pile up?
Right.
Really
like,
like
why is
the
this an
idea that
urgent issue?
Somebody
It's a
came
pile of
in
fridges in a
and just
junkyard.
unloaded
Yeah.
like a full fucking like I'm picturing like a dump truck full of fridges and they just like
It can't
fucking-
wait till the weekend.
So, I think overall, pretty good
Damn.
film.
I think it was fun. I'll
And
call it fun.
The other, I think we had a great time. I
Yes.
would recommend to anybody watching that movie with a group of friends. I thought that was hysterical.
Only if your friends are cool, though.
Yes, only if they're
Yeah,
cool and
if your
fun.
friends are
yeah.
boring,
Yeah,
it'll
what if
just
your
be-
friends are boring? Then
Yeah.
A good
pass.
group of friends. Do not do it alone. That's just
Also while watching it, make sure to count women,
Yeah.
because it'll take you a while to get to 3.
It's disappointing though.
unfortunately.
Did we get
wild.
above like one hand? Did we
6
count
is
the
where
number
we
of women on
landed,
one
I
hand?
think.
We got to
Um,
6, I think.
Only
Okay,
if you
good
count.
job.
Only if you count non-speaking background women.
Which here's the thing. You know,
And none
it's
of
a
them talk to
Fantastic
each
Four
other.
movie, right?
No.
There's theoretically 4 main characters and 3 of them are dudes, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm not like, oh, it has to have like tons of speaking women, right? But it was kind of weird that there were a bunch of like big, like not a bunch, but early on there were a bunch of scenes with a lot of background extras and they were all dudes. Like it was just
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
weird. Like
Like,
It
you
was
could've just-
conspicuous.
Well,
It
here's the
took
thing.
a
It's
long
like,
time to find a woman.
Also, watch
Oh.
out for bad hair choices.
yeah.
gosh, that was
Yeah,
Oh
don't,
my
don't put
God,
giant,
that
awful wigs on your
fucking
leading
hair.
ladies.
Honestly, it just
Alyssa pointed out to me once the credits started to roll that apparently one of the writers on that film is the showrunner for Moon Knight, which is currently airing on Disney Plus. So
Shit.
that doesn't
Oh.
bode well, but maybe they improved.
Yeah.
Had some
Yeah.
I
real
mean-
life character development.
I mean, the
Mm.
man who wrote Reanimator went on to do Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Those are just the same movie, but one of them's rated
This is the
R.
same movie
God.
twice.
God damn.
I'm really never gonna be over that.
Yeah. So we watched another movie, and
Anyway.
that was Guardians of the Galaxy.
a great example of like there
It
were
just
more
it doesn't
women.
hold a candle.
There's only one woman in that team as well, and yet there were women in the universe that existed and
Yeah.
spoke and did things.
And
Wild.
That's the thing is like if we hadn't watched it after Fantastic Four, we wouldn't be saying that, right?
Right. It would
Because,
just be like
like,
a
it's
normal
There were not
amount
a
of women.
huge number of women.
No, but
Just like a
there
normal
was like a
amount of women.
normal amount where you wouldn't think it was weird. Like
Yeah.
in the background. Yeah.
yeah, like
And
when
in
there
the- in
were
the
like
secondary
crowds, like
characters.
like some of them were men and some of them were women. Like
Some of them were even children.
yeah, there was
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Outside of the one that
Crazy.
called Reed Richards a dick.
yeah, but I mean that kid was kind of right.
He
Yeah.
was right. He's the
Um,
real hero of the film.
Especially considering Reed Richards, instead of like going to the media and being like, the government is holding 3 people with superpowers hostage at this location under this college, he just fled to the woods.
He was just living in
For
the
a
woods.
year?
Yeah.
To do what? What was he doing?
It was weird that they like found
It's
him and
like-
captured him rather than him coming back to break his friends out and getting captured.
Like, what
Yeah.
was he doing? Was he planning a
Like-
heist?
I think they
Maybe.
were he tried to say that he was looking for a way to fix it, And it's like, but bud, you left all the equipment behind, and you've got a laptop which apparently has a proximity radar in the woods, and you shave roughly once a week just so you look scruffy like you've been living in the woods.
Right.
He didn't have like a woodsman's beard. He just had a tiny bit of scruff, and they're like, time has passed. It's like, has it? Has it been 3 days?
Maybe that's all the
if,
beard that he can grow.
Well, you got to remember he's 18 years old, so he does grow facial
Maybe
hair
that's
a
it.
little more slowly.
If our man's in the energy pool could sew a cape out of rocks, he could probably shave his
That's
face.
that fuck.
God.
How did he make the
I
cape
still
out
don't
of
know how he made the
rocks?
fucking cape.
God, every one of these matches, we're
God
just going to be
damn.
talking about how bad the worst one
Yes,
was.
let's talk about
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay.
So
Like,
the
it's way
obvious.
more fun to talk about the bad one.
No, I
Yeah.
agree.
You know,
Guardians
to
of
talk
the-
about Guardians, it's just saying like it's a masterpiece.
I
It
think
was
it's
a good movie
I-
with a large budget and a great director.
I think it's
Okay.
a
And a great
really
writer.
good movie. I think
Who was
Actors.
also the director.
I think the writing is really strong, especially in the character department.
Yes.
Like everyone is very well characterized, like of the main cast, and has arcs. And like we
like-
learn a lot about them and their personalities and their like wants and needs and goals.
Yeah.
Like
And it actually
like
matters.
if
to
you
the plot.
really
Yeah.
if you really get down to it, like if you want to be like moderately critical of Guardians, the plot is like extremely generic.
yeah, like
But that's fine because the way that it's presented and the way that the characters interact with the plot
yeah.
Yeah.
makes it a very unique experience.
Yeah, and the plot is very character driven, right? So,
Yeah. The characters
Yes.
in this.
you know, it's more about like the journey they're going on as people than like the literal physical journey they're going on.
Yeah.
It's a strong film. It's one of the #1 seeds for a reason. And though, you know, we all knew that there might be an upset tonight, I think I'll cast the first vote. I'm picking Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm just gonna
I
ask
never would have
people
guessed that from you.
in the order that I see your icons here on Discord. Alyssa,
Guardians.
Ben,
I really want to make the contrarian vote because I think it'd be
Don't.
funny, but no, it's gonna
No.
be Guardians.
Just
It's
tell
not,
the
it's
truth,
not
Yeah.
gonna sway it.
Jenica.
If these were anonymous votes, absolutely I would put it in for Fan Force Stick. But
For
y'all are
funny.
looking at me.
Definitely Guardians. Yeah.
Evie
I mean, absolutely, it's Guardians.
and Kara.
I'm in the same boat as Ben. I would love for the laugh to go with Fan
God,
Force
this was
Stick,
anonymous
but-
and
Funny,
Fan
yeah.
Force Stick had won.
However, yes, Guardians of the Galaxy.
All right. I mean, you know, we had to go through the formality of it, I suppose. But
Right.
so we've got our first match done, our first winner, Guardians of the Galaxy, moving on to round 2. I think this was a great time.
Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
excited to do
Yeah.
more of these.
Yeah, this was a fucking lot of fun.
I guess I'm going to stop this recording. Welcome to the outro. We've already recorded a bunch of these, so more videos will be coming out soon. If you'd like to see those, then subscribe to the channel so they'll end up in your feed. This tournament is going to take a long time, and superhero movies are just going to keep coming out. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has already released after we began, so it's not on the list. Any films that come out during the tournament which fit the criteria are going to be added to a wild card bracket, which will become relevant as we get closer to the end. Also, if there's a film that you think fits the criteria I've set out, but I have failed to include it in this tournament, let me know in the comments on one of these videos. I will look into it, and if it does meet the criteria, then I will add that to the wildcard bracket as well. So far, I've already been made aware of one film I missed. It's Dragon Ball Evolution, which does technically fit the criteria. And lastly, thank you for taking the time to watch this. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. As a reward for making it all the way to the end of this video, here's a fun fact. Out of all the films in this tournament, Batman appears in 12% of them.